Like I said, we have more to this. We have more to this Lego scandal thing. There's another twist to the Lego scandal, and of course, our boy Moist Critical has bringing us the news for this.
If you thought the Lego scandal was done surprising you with twists and turns, you're off your gourd, Buster. You're straight gourdless in these streets. Bricks and Minifigs is a name that sends shivers down the spine of even the devil. There is no diabolical tactic too dubious, too unethical, too filthy for them to employ. They love to play around in the pig pen, and they are some fucking dirty hogs. There is no low they won't sink to. They go lower than this
in my
note.
personal opinion.
I have just learned, well, it has just been made public, I suppose is more accurate to say, that Bricks and Minifigs has attempted to have Reckless Ben's Patreon taken down, banishing it to the Shadow Realm in an attempt to take away his main source of
wild,
income.
Dude.
I imagine the idea is if Ben starts running out of money, he won't be able to keep putting up a fight. That seems to be the playbook that Bricks and Minifigs likes to pull from.
Dear creator community, my name is Jack Conti, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Patreon. On May 29th, Patreon received an official takedown request filed by Bricks and Minifigs for media and accounts related to Reckless Ben and an ongoing dispute regarding a local Lego consignment issue. This is the verified complaint with exhibits. This is the request for immediate content removal pursuant to temporary restraining order. And this is the motion for the temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction.
What a disgusting, slimy, underhanded maneuver here. This is some shit that not even Umbrella Corporation was doing. They are that evil. So they have put in all of the official paperwork here to force Patreon to take down Reckless Ben's Patreon account. And this is the CEO coming forward to let the community know that this has been submitted. This is real. This isn't someone impersonating Bricks and Minifigs. This is all the vile, despicable, unholy work of an evil organization led by someone who legitimately has a twirled mustache, the most comic book character villain looking motherfucker imaginable. Ammon, I'm talking about that goober. This is them now trying to starve out Ben. They tried numerous times to have him thrown in jail over some barnacles and horseradish. That didn't work. So now they've come from the top turnbuckle here to try and instead just take away his income.
That's crazy.
I cannot fathom a world where Bricks and Minifigs as a business exists beyond this point. I just don't think it's possible, not even in a fucking fairy tale, because who would possibly feel comfortable going into bed with them from this point forward, knowing what we know now? Even just fully setting aside what I believe to be blatantly obvious, bare naked corruption from the local Utah police department over there that Bricks and Minifigs top brass are utilizing like their own personal fucking military force, their own little hound dogs. Even setting that aside, the immutable facts are Brian brought his father's extremely valuable Lego collection he collected over the course of his life to sell through Bricks and Minifigs here, and then everything went tits up. He didn't receive any payment for it despite them selling that collection, and they still refused to give back the collection. So even just that right there should be a nail in the coffin of this business, where customers won't feel safe, because who's to say this was some isolated incident? This is just the one everyone knows about now, but it's very possible you take your Legos to them to sell, they don't give you what you are owed for it, and then if you try and request it back or try and put up a stink about like, hey, you've got my Legos and I haven't been paid for it, well, they might just go try and ruin your life. And then even that won't be enough to satisfy the gluttonous greed of this corporation. They will then wipe their ass with your rights and try and take away your income to silence you from speaking about your experiences with them and talking about the truth of the matter behind a lot of things here based on all of the available evidence. It is unbelievable because they, I think, have completely torpedoed their company. There is no world where this business should be around after all of the dust settles on this case. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, like I said, the most recent development is they're trying to take down Reckless Ben's Patreon to take away his main source of income. And they've submitted all this paperwork. They've given it to Patreon to force their hand to take it down. But I've saved the best part for last.
So, after an extensive review and investigation by Patreon's trust and safety team, we have, in fact, unfortunately determined that Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it. We're keeping Ben's page up.
What?
And if Bricks and Minifigs doesn't like that, they can sue us. Patreon out.
It is exceptionally rare, almost unheard of, for a company of Patreon size, they are a huge company, to actually side with a creator against a massive corporation.
That's
Bricks and Minifigs is huge. And they are using all of the elbow grease they can against one guy, Ben. And they tried to bring the legal hammer of their girth here to force Patreon to take him down. And Patreon said no. Now, I haven't been the biggest fan of Patreon. I think all of you know that. But this right here from the CEO, I think is such an admirable move. Like, yeah, it's kind of easy PR at this moment because everyone rightfully is against Bricks and Minifigs. But it's extremely difficult and extremely uncommon for a company to actually put their own ass on the line to help a creator and protect a creator they believe is in the right.
An applaud
because
right here,
there is a chance Patreon does get sued here. They are going against the orders that have been submitted to them for this takedown. So they could be on the hook, which I find extremely admirable for them to be willing to fight with Ben to protect him against this injustice, or what appears to be injustice based on every single piece of evidence that has been provided. Of which Bricks and Minifigs plus the police department have provided none. Actually, zero evidence of their own, by the way. So, I think this deserves a big round of applause here from Patreon to just say, fuck you, we're going to keep it up. Yes, you submitted all this paperwork, congratulations, it's going in the trash, and if you want to proceed further, you can sue us. That's kind of them big dogging them because Patreon does dwarf Bricks and Minifigs. So Bricks and Minifigs loves to talk about how they will drain their opponents of resources through long drawn out legal battles because they have enough money to just burn on it.
That's the biggest
so then
word
it'll
that they
end up costing the normal civilian more than they would have ever stood to gain. Well, they can't really do that against Patreon because Patreon will actually just slap them silly. They have much more money than Bricks and Minifigs. So they probably tugging at their collar like, eek, we can't make that threat against them. It won't work. That'll fall flat. So I really do think this was not only very surprising from Patreon, but very impressive. Like I have to give it a round of applause. Big hats off to them for sticking beside one of their creators in the face of a corporate bullying and silencing attempt. So yeah, I just wanted to give you this little update. That's
and
really
there's probably
about it.
still even more too.
Yeah.
There's probably like a shit ton of shit being like also like at the same time like being developed probably right at this very moment, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Holy cow. I am like shocked and surprised, dude. My god, there's gonna be more too as well. Yeah, I have so many of these Lego videos here. Even fucking subordinate neighbor gamers talking about it too. Also on this weird timeline too as well. Bricks and Minifix Corporate responded to the video. Holy shit, dude. There is so much, dude. There is actually a ton on here. And we're gonna keep talking about it, to be honest. I am so invested in this. You guys have no idea. The whole internet's talking about it. Dude, this is gonna go down in the history books for the Lego shit. Like, when there's a documentary video coming out like 10 years down the line, 5 to 10 years down the line, you know for a fact that this is gonna get brought up as being the #1 biggest scandal in Lego history. 1000%, dude. I can't wait to see that video, to be honest.